Hello everybody, this is Charles. Today I'm going to be talking about the new BioLite CampStove 2, new for 2017. We'll be doing an unboxing. I'm going to be wearing some sunglasses because it's sunny today. So we'll do an unboxing, we'll show you how it works. We'll also be comparing it. I might do a separate video with the original CampStove. Go ahead and unbox this and show you how it's done. Okay, here we have BioLite CampStove 2. This is the box. Now I've already opened this up and charged up the main unit, which came partially charged, but I figured I'd show you what the box looks like and everything. We have this. Now this one, when I ordered it, I didn't realize it came with the light, but that's cool also. Some of the main new features are what they call the smart LED dashboard. So here we go. Pull this out, and this was originally like cabled in, but I took the cables out. Set the box off to the side. And here. The little BioLite fire starters, just like a little paper and wax probably based fire starter. It works nice there. There's the little lamp, hooks up to the USB, little touch control. Here's the BioLite. Pull this out. It comes with a little BioLite stuff sack and drawstring on the top. Got some cardboard in here. There's inside the burn chamber. Little instructions on the bottom. Basically say, by removing the tag, you agree with the terms and conditions and you've read all the instructions. Feet. And then in the bottom here, and BioLite sticker, instructions in a few different languages, but it also has pictures and tons of languages. And their little brochure, registration card, brochure which basically talks about what their mission statement is, some of their products. Comes with another 10% off thing, and then it talks about how they do try to provide clean energy solutions in some parts of the world. So they use some of the proceeds from things that we buy to help give away stuff to the rest of the world that can't really afford it. So kind of a cool mission, and constantly getting better. And then the little USB charging cable for the bottom plugs in right there. But then if you want to charge your devices, we'll pull this off. You plug those in right there. And what devices, you could use like BioLite's lights that they have, cell phones, anything that charges up a USB. And this is a 5-volt 2-amp, which is standard for USB plugs, and this one does 3 watts, which that is one of the differences from the old model. It was a 2-watt. And this one has a 2600 milliamp battery inside, where the old version had a 700 milliamp battery. So the old version, you couldn't charge products unless you were generating electricity with the fire. This one you can, and this is the power button when you first touch it, It shows how charged up the battery is. So as you're charging, it'll flash, 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 flash until it gets all the way up to the top and it's full. So this shows that it's a full battery. Now the other ones, this would be the fan speed in the middle and the heat of your fire, how intense the fire is and how much electricity you're generating. So pushing the button once shows you your battery power, twice turns the fan on low. The next setting, and the highest setting. So this highest setting, I don't know if you can actually tell, but it's blowing out quite a bit of air. And the way the BioLite works, for those unfamiliar, is this little fan blows air into the air chamber, which goes in right here. There's like double walls in here so that air gets heated and it helps fan the flames and burn the actual gas coming off. So if you're doing it right, you won't be getting any smoke because the smoke will actually be burning in this. So the way this goes together is that probe goes in here, put the leg up, so that probe's inside the burn chamber. The hotter this gets and the cooler the cooling fins are, the more electricity is generated by the thermoelectric generator. So that energy gets used to run the motor for the fan, and also the excess energy charges the battery. And of course, if you're charging something, it'll help charge whatever you're charging. So that is the new BioLite. And then we'll... Oh, of course, wood burning stoves have not been around. I mean, it's not a new idea, they've been around for a while. So if you've just got an open fire, you've got the smoke from the fire. But if you have a fire in like a fireplace, the updraft of the heat going up through the chimney helps bring more air into the fire and get it hotter and a better burning fire. So same kind of idea, something like this. Like the Emberlit that you can see up close here. It's just a simple can. There's many of these on the market, but that you can put your sticks in here, gets it burning. The updraft helps it burn a bit better. Something like your Sierra stove, which is very similar. If you look down in here, you can see there's a burn chamber that looks very similar to that of the BioLite, because these both have like dual chamber in here, so your air gets heated before it gets blown onto the fire. Now, this one uses a fan like the BioLite. You can see that. 2 speeds. The main difference is this one does not have a thermoelectric generator. It has a simple little just battery powering the fan. But the fan motor works very similar to the fan in the BioLite, which you can see here up close. So this is just a what they call a squirrel cage fan. So that blows in from the side here, whereas the Sierra stove blows in from the bottom. Alright, so some of the similarities, you can use all the accessories. The only accessory I've found that you can't use is the little mini pot adapter, which clipped on to the old one. Like I say, I never really used it. It doesn't clip on the new one. So they didn't even provide that one with the new one. I think that one came with the old one. The other accessories that BioLite has, a little portable grill. It fits with this one, with the new one. And then also their kettle pots nest well on there. And then also one of the benefits of the kettle pot was being able to nest everything inside, which that still does. It just happens to fit through there. So it would fit better if I didn't have stuff down in there. So you can still use that to nest. So that gives you something to carry it with also. And also, the other accessories like the BioLite light. Plug into the USB port. So you can use that while you're cooking, see what you're doing, or just to light up your campsite. Alright, I can't remember reading in the instructions or not. I do remember reading that you can charge your devices without a fire since it has the larger battery in here. But I tried on just trying different things like the light, and I thought, oh, how does it work? Like I say, I didn't remember reading in the instructions, but if you push the button one time to show the battery charge, then that's when things actually work and they'll stay on. But if you push the button here to turn it off, it will stop providing power. So if you're wondering why your devices aren't charging, make sure you push this button at least one time so your battery indicator comes on. That will allow power to flow from the USB port so that you can charge your devices or use devices like the light. I'm here in Mara Mountain State Park, North Carolina, and you can see behind me they have just done a prescribed burn. So it reminds me, whenever you're starting fires, using stoves, whatever, make sure you're in a well-cleared area and you control everything so you're not going to start a forest fire. It's only you can prevent wildfires. Anyway, so with that in mind, right here we've got the BioLite CampStove 2, and I'm going to use what they call biomass. So sticks, pine cones, even chunks of wood, whatever. Maybe even dried up mushrooms if you wanted to. You can use charcoal, they don't recommend it. What they do recommend not using is any type of liquid fuel. So never pour gas or anything in this. Even like a charcoal lighter fluid, you're not supposed to put in there. So I'm going to use the wood pellets, which is something you can get in bulk if you needed to. But basically it's just what they call a blend of hardwood pellets. And they recommend when you put them in there not going up past the air holes in the top. So we'll put just a little bit in there. And then this actually came with a little bag of some fire starters. So my assistant will be getting the lighter off the table for me. Put those fire starters in there. Sprinkle a few. Use the lighter to get those started. A few more pellets in there. Try not to drown out the fire. And then we'll push the button twice to get the fan on low. I'll let that get going. And you can already see there's like a spirally flame coming up. A few more of these. Yeah, that'll be good. And once those get going, we can turn up the fan a bit more if we want to. Now BioLite calls this their top-down burning method, but you can start a fire on the bottom and start adding sticks to it. Sometimes if you add too many sticks, it will be smoky, but the trick is just adding little bits at a time. Alright, so we've been letting the fire start here for just a couple minutes now on the low temperature, so I'm going to go ahead and pop it on up to the second. It shows, oh actually that was the third. So I had it on the second, I'm going to pop it up to the third, and it shows our fire strength is just one little LED down here at the bottom. So I'm going to be grilling up cleaning up some hot dogs. So what I'm going to do is pop on the portable grill. And letting that warm up. Okay, using the BioLite portable grill to grill up some hot dogs.
That one's opening up.
Yes, it is.
That is really weird. Camera person.
All right, now this is on just the one fan, so if you wanted to...
Portable drill.
No. So right now this is on the one fan speed, so if you really wanted to crank it up and sear a steak or something on here, you could. So... Okay, we were able to cook our hot dogs on the grill. I left the fan speed on just one little bump there. At one point we got up to 3 on our fire strength. I'm going to give you a view down in here. I didn't have to add any more pellets. Pellets actually burn nicely. So that's what it looks like on the inside. You can see the spiraling of the flames there. Let me see how close I can get. You can see it's not just the pellets burning, but the smoke coming off the pellets, and that's why you don't really get any smoke up above it. Now that's just on one fan. I'm going to go ahead and turn it up. Let's go to 2, 3, and 4. Now with 4, you can see it's got those embers going in there good. And when you go from 4 and push the button once, it goes down to the 1 level. Let me get a pot on top of this and see if that'll make a difference in the heat of the fire. Alright, I went ahead and put the kettle pot on top with a liter of water in it and bumped the fan on up to max, number 4. You see how high the energy rating will go on the fire meter, and we'll see how long it takes to bring a liter of water to boil, which is what everybody wants to hear, but that's a good rating for like gas stoves, because people want to boil their water fast so they're not using as much gas. But if you're burning free wood, it doesn't really matter. And if you're camping and taking your time, not in a rush most of the time, you don't have to have a liter of water boiling as quick as you can. But we'll time it and see how long it does take. I won't do any trickery or anything. I'll just come back later. Go ahead and have a look and see what our showing that flame's getting hot anyway. I think with having a pot on top, it helps you generate more electricity because you're keeping that heat in there instead of just letting it shoot on out the top. Anyway, we'll come back and see when it is boiling. Alright, so without adding any more of the fuel, and I had it on high fan, it did get up to the max fire level. And it took about 4.5 minutes until bubbles started forming on the bottom of the liter of water, and then 10 minutes where it actually started steaming. So I'd say 10 minutes you're actually boiling. But in that time, like I say, I didn't add any more pellets, and it has dropped down to just 2 on the strip. So we'll go ahead and pull this off, set it to the side. Have a look down in there. You can see burning down nice. And that is one of the good things with the BioLites. They do, when it burns it on down, it burns everything. There's hardly any ash at all. You can keep feeding this, and at the end of the day, you just have a tiny little pile of ash that you have to pour out and extinguish. Now, one of their instructions, if you do have to move it, is not grab it by the top because that part will get hot, but you grab it by the bottom. So you can actually pick this up and carefully move it around if you need to. But the hot does get hot, and it really gets hot around this area. So of course, be careful. So coming here from the prescription burnt forest of Mara Mountain State Park. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it was informative. And thanks for watching.